Welcome back to today's episode. On this show, we have our Liam's Facts, our top 5 movies from when we graduated high school. And now Tony and I graduated in different years, so we're going to see if you can guess what year we graduated. Our Ask a Sensei, our fight scene between two blind people, our joke of the week, and then our final thoughts. So make sure you like, subscribe, stay tuned for the show, everybody. Welcome back to the dojo, everybody. This is TruTalk with TruMotion, where a couple of guys talk about how to make the world a better place and hopefully make your day a little bit better in the process. My name is Mark, followed by my co-host Tony.
What's up, guys?
All right, let's get
morning.
let's get this show on the road. It's a little sleepy morning today. It's a little
it's
a little overcast. It rained last night.
It actually cooled down a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Below the 80s. I don't care. Like at that point, it's cooled down.
It was hot. Like during the day, like it got up to like 99 here in South Jordan. But yeah, can definitely tell it's taking like a turn towards fall, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm hoping because
Yeah.
this summer has been,
It's been hot.
no joke, hot as balls.
It's been hot.
Yeah.
And we're used to hot summers. I mean, we're in Utah, but
It is a desert.
it is a desert. Everybody always forgets that because we have such great skiing.
Yeah.
But it is classified as a desert. But
Which is funny because it does make me laugh because Antarctica is still classified as a desert
this is true.
because it has nothing to do with the ambient temperature. It's everything to do with about the amount of moisture and snowfall and stuff like that, precipitation. So,
Which they don't get a lot.
No.
Yeah.
no. When it does, it stays forever because it's so cold.
Yeah.
So it just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. But
So what we have is a long snowpack.
so yeah.
Yeah.
But now we here in Utah have no snowpack. So
Not really. We didn't get a whole lot of snow this year.
it's by way of just moisture and everything else. It's probably why the whole entire state's on fire. We haven't gotten anything.
No.
And so, which and again, I could be totally wrong on this, but it's one of those things that it's damned if you do, damned if you don't,
Mhm.
right? You know, you get a lot of moisture and everything else. Well, that's great because that means that, we've got a lot of snowpack. That means the reservoirs are going to be full. You know, we're going to have water and everything else. But then, because of all that moisture, all of the grasses and everything else grow. And then they all dry out, and then generally in August, September, everything catches fire because that's when it all dries out and everything else. Okay, well then we didn't get enough water, so things that were normally green and stuff like that and hard to catch fire dry out, die, and just the fire season starts earlier. So it's like, which one are you going to have? Are you going to have the one that starts later? Are you going to have the one that starts earlier?
Yeah.
One of them you have water to fight the fire. The other one is just like, welcome to hell.
Yeah. Just
So
grin and bear it.
yeah.
No, it's interesting because I've had numerous conversations with people about this, but in Utah, I don't understand why we have so much grass in like homes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know why we haven't gone to that like xeriscape Arizona style,
Right.
at least front yards.
Yeah. Well, it is becoming more popular. I would probably dare say that when, the communities and stuff that were here, because of the reservoirs, because of the mountains, because of the fact that it snowed, and we were able to have a good snowpack, water just wasn't that big of a deal.
No. Yeah.
And it wasn't like, certain places in Arizona, California, Nevada, New Mexico, that type of stuff where it's like, A, it's stupid hot, and B, you ain't getting water from anywhere.
Yeah. And I don't even think you should do granted, you can do whatever you want with your lawn, in my opinion, but like turf, I don't think it should go to turf because especially with like if you have animals, like that stuff can get really, really hot.
Yeah.
Really hot. So it's like, I think front yards, now granted, just an opinion. Like, it's obviously not enforceable,
Right.
but like, yeah, just front yards that like gravel, zero scape type stuff. And then if you want grass in your backyard, like by all means, because that's like where your animals
Right.
go, people play, all that stuff. It's like I've never really understood like grass in the front yard.
Honestly, I think it comes down to I think zero scaping by way of planning that out and everything else is far more expensive
It probably is at
than
this point.
than
Yeah.
doing just like laying down sod. Laying down sod, throwing some sprinklers down, is going to be a lot less expensive.
Which, shoot, laying down sprinklers is like small mortgage at this point.
Yeah, for some people, for some places.
Yeah, I heard there was a house down my street. Our neighbor Justin, who's a plumber, told us, he goes, yeah, they just put in a sprinkler system and they were quoted like 15 grand.
Yep.
And I was all like, and he's all like, I heard that, and he's all like, I just did it myself.
Yeah. After the fires, the fire at my place, because the fire trucks actually pulled up on property.
Yeah, they broke everything.
Else. They broke that, plus the fact that the whole house burned straight to the ground and they had to scrape the whole thing down to foundation. That meant like all of the like wires, control box, plumbing, everything else, all of that was just gone. And so part of the insurance did cover that. But I think to do the whole front yard and backyard, now granted this is on a 30-acre lot, I want to say it was like 25 grand.
That's wild.
To do, but again, it was to do that and, lay sod down and stuff like that. So it was like this big combination thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but still, even like with zero scaping and stuff like that, zero scaping makes that look like, pennies on the dollar.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty pricey when you start looking at bringing in like certain types of rock and bark or whatever that you're gonna do for your zero scape. You could go into like the specialty plants and stuff like that that are native to the area that are drought resistant and stuff like that. And now you're talking about you basically get somebody who's like, and my words are gonna fail me right now. Words are hard. Like landscape architecture type stuff, where you've got somebody comes in and is like, yeah, this is kind of what you're gonna do, and because of the, properties of like the sun, the building, heat, and all that other stuff. The one thing that I think is really dumb that I think they should get rid of is what's called the park strip, which is that grassy area in between the
sidewalk and the road.
And the road.
Yeah, I don't know what that's there for.
Yeah, I mean, it's there for aesthetics. It just looks good, and it gives you a buffer between the sidewalk and the street.
Well, you can just cement it.
You could, but it just, it's one of those things that if you put grass there, it's not going to do well because of the heat and everything else that happens in Utah. That asphalt's going to get super hot. The concrete's going to get super hot, and it just bakes the grass that's in between.
Yeah.
So.
Well, a little grass 101 for everybody.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah. But how's Cammie adjusting to her first week back at school?
I think she's done pretty well with it. The thing is really kind of interesting is that, again, there's certain type of, all sorts of different types of people. So we saw that in martial arts and everything else. Is that you've got certain people that like wait till the last minute to get things done. And then you've got other people that, for like Cammie, she was like, yeah, like I was completely ready before back to school even happened, because she was like all last week, she was in her room and making sure that the whole thing was set up and good to go. And so by the time back to school came, it was just, hi, this is who I am. And, she already had all the students, like little cubbies that they're going to stick all their stuff in. She had that all prepped out and everything else, like everything was done. So she didn't have to stress. She had a colleague that didn't plan all that and was literally running like a chicken with her head cut off like the Saturday before. And so...
like I get that in some aspects, but at the same time, it's like you had all summer off.
Yeah.
You can go back to the school like 4 days earlier.
Oh, funny thing, speaking of all summer off and not getting crap done. So the building that Cammie's in is brand new.
Uh-huh.
And when I mean brand new, like the first year that they were in that school was last year.
Oh, okay.
Okay. They have had problems with the HVAC system in that school since day one. So it started and it was like, okay, well, maybe they just got to work the quirks out, whatever. Because again, when you're working big construction project like that, like you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
And so it got to the point that during the wintertime, they didn't have, like, the heat just wouldn't work in, like, rooms of the house.
That's not the worst thing in the world.
It isn't.
It's the worst thing when it's hot.
Okay.
I can handle the cold.
You can. I can.
Oh, man, because you can just throw on a hoodie or a jacket or...
Oh, she does, and, like, literally she's still an ice cube.
I know.
She doesn't wear anything, it's like...
I don't know. I can't say it's a female thing because Maya is not like that. Maya runs hot like me.
Yeah.
Like, she is constantly, like, coming over to our house and was like, dear God, it's like the Amazon in here. And I'm like, tell me about it, Maya. I'm like, I'm hot all the time. And Shanna still, like, sits down in her chair and puts a blanket on. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? She's like, I'm chilly. The other day when we went out, I think it was last Friday, when we went out to eat.
Yeah.
She put her seat warmer on.
It's 100 degrees outside.
I was like, Shanna, what? I'm cold. I'm like, you're cold? It's in the 90s. Like, what do you mean you're cold? I couldn't believe it. So I want to say it's a female thing, but then, you have Maya who's like, keeps her house at like 65. And I'm like, it sounds so glorious.
Sorry, power bill's $700 a month.
Well, she doesn't pay it.
Oh.
Yeah. So in the apartment, she can run her AC.
No way.
That I don't think that's attached to her power bill.
It should be.
Yeah, she runs it and it's affordable for her.
It's probably because where's her apartment at?
She right now is near Hillcrest High School.
Okay. No, sorry. I meant like inside of the actual.
Oh, she's on the third floor. She's on the top floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That theory just got blown out of the water.
Yeah, and Elliot is an ice cube. He's learned how to be acclimate a little bit because he's from California and like he would always be cold. Mm-hmm. Always be cold, and Maya would be like, throw a hoodie on.
I can see Maya saying that.
Yeah. So, but I don't know what it is with women and being cold. I don't get it. I think
honestly, like, so this is where because how many guys? Like, I mean, it's kind of rare if you see a guy who's always cold.
Yeah. Elliot's the only one that I've ever known that's been like that.
I honestly think that it's a metabolic hormonal thing. And the reason why I say metabolic and hormonal is that, again, if you run hot, well, that heat has to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
So, and it's not just like I feel hot. It's like, no, like I physically am.
No, like you're radiating heat.
Yeah, I radiate heat. Okay, well, what's going on with that? Generally, I would say with guys, like, yes, we do have more testosterone, which does lend us to build more, like solid tissue, muscle, bone, tendon, ligament, everything else. Well, in order to keep all of that, moving and everything else, you've got to burn calories and stuff like that, which of course expends heat, which of course keeps us warmer. And I'm wondering if that would be probably just like not like the factor, but a factor in the reason why some women run cold. It's like you've got that, you've got your thyroid and everything else. You've got
probably why guys like cold plunges.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
You ever lay in bed and you get all hot and sweaty and then you roll over to the cool part of your pillow?
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, sweet mother of all.
Yeah.
Oh, paradise has come.
Yes. They need to invent they have seat coolers. I think they have where they can cool the temperature of the bed.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
But it needs to be it needs to be like really like you're sleeping on an ice cube.
There's a couple of them. One of them just basically uses like conditioned air
Mm-hmm.
that blows it in. There's others that actually use like water like systems and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like runs it through.
Runs it through in tubing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that is like a total thing. There's a whole bed system. I think it's called brought to you by the Sleep 8 bed system. Go and check out on their website, and you type in Mark and Tony to get an extra 20% off.
If that was true, that'd be great.
If that was true.
Yeah.
If that was true, I might be sponsored by, we might be having another sponsor by somebody else.
We're going to keep saying it until it happens.
Until something happens, I mean, it'd be really nice to, be sponsored by certain people. Like there's certain companies that I'd look at and I'm like, hey, I like your product.
I like your product.
I buy your product.
It's funny
and it tastes good in my mouth.
Whoa. I'm
knocking stuff over here.
Yeah. No, well, love him or hate him, Travis Kelce. You know him, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, obviously he had a pretty big thing happen to him over the summer. He doesn't have to worry about money anymore because he married a billionaire. Well, anyways, he's training camp.
Here's the thing. This is what I'll say. Small little tangent. Good for him.
Yeah. No,
whatever
I don't really care.
About, like Taylor Swift and whatever, and all of her boyfriends and everything else. Okay. Just kind of knowing my life and everything else, people can grow and people can change.
Not only that, but it's like good for her. I mean, she's made something of herself.
She has, and
I'm not a huge fan of her music. That's okay.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate the fact that she's built effectively an empire. And the Swifties, like, don't go after the Swifties.
Well, not
like
only,
they will ruin your life.
Yeah. Well, and that when you create a product that's really good, and it's funny because Dave Ramsey said this once, and he said nobody cared about how much money I made when I was selling books out of the trunk of my car.
Yeah.
At the local library after I just did a speech, and I did the speech for free just because the local library had a space and they would let me do it. No one cared. I could sell the books for $20 a pop and no one gave a crap. They pat me on the back. Oh, good job. You're going out there and you're killing it. Sell a couple million of them and all of a sudden everybody has a problem.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, and that's really the issue here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of like really good musical artists and stuff that are out there. And some of their music I like, some of their music I don't like. That doesn't matter because at the end of the day, she's capitalized on what people like.
Yeah.
She's super smart.
Yeah.
Super well to figure that out. And, by way of business, like again, you don't get to that point without, and I think especially in that type of industry, if you don't show your fans that you care,
they'll see right through.
They'll see right through you.
Yeah.
And
now I've heard she puts on a phenomenal show.
She does, and you have to send it every single night. And
yeah,
for those of you guys who haven't done that type of stuff,
that's hard.
It is physically exhausting.
Yeah.
I had for this last week, we were asked to go down to BYU with Millennial Choirs and Orchestra.
Okay.
And we had 2 concerts at their education week.
Oh.
And it was basically the same concert that we did in the springtime. So it was quick. Basically had one day where we did all of the tech rehearsal and stuff like that. The tech rehearsal, just to let you guys know, to kind of give you an idea of like what Taylor Swift probably goes through when she goes to every single venue for every single concert. Our tech rehearsal started at 5:30. We didn't end until 11. And that was just getting everybody out, getting everybody on, working sound. We worked sound for like 3 hours, of just being out there. And we would, go over the whole entire program and everything else so that when the concert happened, which was the next day, it ran off without a hitch.
Yeah.
And you do that. And then you go out to the concert and, our director, co-founder, Brett and Brandon Stewart, both of them would come out and say, I know that for some of you guys, he says, you've done this concert like 8-9 times at this point. That's great. But you have to treat this as if it's the first concert that you've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be an amazing special because all the people that are in that audience have not seen this concert before.
Yeah.
And bringing that energy every single night,
Yeah.
It's a late night. Plus, again, knowing Taylor Swift, there's a ton of stuff that she's doing behind the scenes, not just like, oh, I woke up, I look pretty, and I'm blonde, and I'm just going to go out and sing some songs.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go to bed. It's like, no, that's
not how it works.
She probably goes to the concert, has the concert, gets over to like 11,
has some meet and greets.
Probably, does some like, you got the VIP people who spend, thousands of dollars a ticket to be there with her, does all that. By the time she actually gets back to her hotel after she's eaten something, whatever, it's probably midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And because they're probably going to be going off to another venue and everything else, she's probably up at like 7 or 8 o'clock, getting that all coordinated and organized so that she could then be on the road and everything.
Yeah, touring's a tough thing.
It's rough.
But anyways, getting back to the original question,
back to
did you see what? Or I probably didn't see. Well, Travis Kelce obviously has a new wedding ring.
Oh, good for him.
And he knew photographers were going to be at training camp getting a picture of his new ring. So he put all of his sponsor stuff in his left hand. So
genius.
So anytime,
I mean, who would have thought that I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So he's sponsored by a energy drink company.
Is it?
It is not this one.
Oh,
it is a different one.
It's too bad.
So he was carrying around that can all day
with the left hand.
Which he's right-handed.
Hold on. So
yeah,
it would look kind of like this. Like,
yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah, kind of. He was basically doing that sort of stuff.
Like, you don't need to see my face. I'll just stand. I'll see. It's right there.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, again, love him or hate him, brilliant move.
That's genius.
Bravo. Good job, Travis Kelce. So I was like, that's funny. Shanna told me about that, and I was like, that's great.
That's awesome.
That is really funny. But
good for him. I mean, and honestly, like, which I know, like, fans of our program, listener audience will be like, dude, like, that camera girl's probably have some magical stuff because Tony's kind of changed. Because previously I would have been like, Travis, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Run as far as you can.
Yeah.
How many thousands of pages is your prenup? Because I wouldn't be getting any of that shit, which it probably is.
Oh yeah. Well, and they've probably understood that, like, he has his own money, she has her own money. They probably have a very extensive prenup with it.
Yeah.
And if, like, truthfully, he shouldn't go after God forbid anything. I wish them a long, happy marriage with joy and happiness, all that stuff. If they do split up, he should not go after any of her money because he did not help her get any of that money. So.
Well, and again, this is kind of where things get really difficult. And especially when she has built, like, the empire and everything else that she has up until this point, and he has his sports career and everything else up until this point. Yes, things brought into a relationship like that. And again, I'm going to probably remove the word relationship and look at it by more of business.
Yeah, contract.
Yes.
A partnership.
You've got Corporation A and Corporation B. Corporation A has its own assets and customer base and everything else. Corporation B has the same. They're totally different and totally separate. Now we are going to merge those two corporations into one corporation, knowing that we are bringing with us each an individual, customer base and everything else in this corporate partnership that we're going to call Corporation C. Corporation C operates for 10 years. Well, now there's a lot of commingling between which customers are whose customers and what money is whose money, because Corporation A does help and sustain Corporation B and vice versa. So everything that was previous, you can look at it by way of like, yes, those assets are set and stable, and we can like actually like draw a line. Anything that happened post merger, now what's separated between the two of those? What's the commingling of the two entities and their money and the finances and everything else? You know, how much did Corporation A help out with Corporation B's, you know, financial net earnings after the merger when the disillusionment of the corporation happens?
Yeah.
If anybody like followed any of that, that's kind of how prenups work.
Yeah.
You know, and
if they're listening to this early, they just heard wah 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 wah.
All of a sudden, like the podcast turned into the Peanuts movie.
Yeah. Exactly. But everybody's back to school.
Everybody is back to school. Yeah. Landon's
definitely
first day of high school.
Oh, okay.
You know, so he was out there and
what high school is he going to?
Farmington High.
Farmington High.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Home of the Phoenix, and so
the Phoenix.
Yep. Farmington Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, yeah. So he went first day. He told me, he's like, I was like, so how's your first day of school? Yeah. It was rough, Dad. I'm like, what? Really? What's going on? I'm like, what happened? He says, all the classes that I hate are on my first day. And I was like, okay. So it wasn't that like everything went wrong that day. It's
no,
like,
it's just
the
classes suck.
I mean, and he loaded his schedule up with a bunch of hard classes this year. And I'm like, I told you not to, because I really don't believe in, you know, the whole entire high school educational system right now. I'm having a really hard time with secondary education and collegiate type stuff at all right now. And
like
it's
college or
yeah, and well, high school and college. I mean, it's like, okay, it's like there's a whole bunch of stuff that we're doing in high schools and stuff like that I'm just like, I mean, are we really teaching kids to think critically anymore?
No, I agree.
And
I agree. I mean, we could spend 2 hours talking about that, because
Right.
I agree. I don't think they're teaching. And I think Cammie and I talked about that at the retreat.
Yeah.
It's people are teaching to the test.
Yeah.
And it's like tests. And I don't know the answer. So I don't want to just sound like I'm bitching. But there's got to be another way of measuring competency besides just a sat down, written, check the box type test.
Because here's the thing.
I don't know what that is,
Right.
but
Well, and not only that, but it's like you start looking at it. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I think within our business, running a martial arts studio, it's very akin to running a restaurant.
yeah.
You're only as good as you were yesterday.
Yeah.
No one cares how good the dish was that you made 6 months ago.
Yeah. Nobody cares how many students you had 10 years ago.
No. Or even 6 months ago.
No. Or
It's
last month.
It's like, I had 300 students. When? You know?
It's like, do you have them
like
now?
back before COVID. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
well, what about now?
It's
What
like the
about
guy.
45?
It's like the people that only talk about their high school glory days.
Yeah.
It's like, what did you do yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, so that's what's going on with you. But yeah, like, and that's with us. It's like, okay, well, if you suck at your job, you know,
You
like your
won't have a
student
job
base
anymore.
is not going to be there, and then you're gonna, you know. But that's the difficult thing, is because you don't have that with you know, teachers, and so then you're just like, well, well, you know, if we tested the students on what they know, that would be a good measure
Yeah.
of how good a teacher is. Well, there's one thing that you're not keeping into this equation, and that's the person taking the damn test.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You could have a kid, it's like Landon, that takes it very personally, that I need to have a 4.0 because that's me. You know, the teacher could suck.
And he would still
And
do
he'll still
well.
get an A.
Yeah.
You know, he'll still pass the test and everything else. The teacher could be really good. He'll still get an A. And so, like, okay, well, now when you're looking at it by way of experimentation, you're like, that's really not going to help me, because the factor that I'm actually using to test isn't
Yeah.
really doing that. And I can see that testing, you know, like really strokes people's, you know, egos on like, oh yeah, but that's what we want to do, and that's how we're going to measure. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, like, but that's not going to work because there's so many external factors on that. And then you start looking at it, I was like, okay, well then how in the hell do we measure success in the classroom and success with the teacher? And I mean, and I can understand now why, like kind of looking at it and thinking it that way, why the administration side of education has blown up so much. Because if you have proper administrators, and again, I say proper administrators, I don't think a lot of them are proper, but you have proper administrators that are there. It's like, we have to have like, do you know the workforce of people that we're going to have just to kind of like monitor and watch and step into a classroom and watch how these teachers are teaching and see how they're interacting with the students in the classroom and everything else? Like, principals and assistant principals can't do that all the time.
I don't know why they haven't gone to cameras in the classrooms. I don't know if it would violate some sort of law.
It's a privacy thing for minors. I get it. I would much rather have like cameras in every single school, in every single classroom, because I'm just like, well, it's a public place.
And just have it to where it's like it's a closed network, and you have to have like an access. I mean, and granted, people will be able to hack it, and I get that.
Yeah.
But like, and I'm very much like anti like quote unquote Big Brother watching you type nonsense. But like, if you could see,
flock cameras are fine.
Yeah.
Flock cameras are great.
Yeah, sure they are. Yeah. But like, if you could see how the kids and the students interact and behave with the teacher, I think you can get a pretty good idea on how good the teacher is.
Yeah.
Because if you have engagement between teacher-student, there's a high likely success that student is going to retain that information.
Right.
But if they're just sitting there, not engaging, I mean, who knows what they're going to retain or not retain? Most of the time, they're not going to retain much.
Well, and not only if they're just like sitting there not doing anything, or if the room is in mass chaos because the teacher's a little bit more relaxed on the discipline side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you've got, you've got two different things that are going on at once, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, this is nuts. But yes, and that's part of the reason why, like, and I look at the stuff that we're teaching, kids today, and I'm like, there's got to be a better way to teach the material to incorporate critical thinking into that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it doesn't have to be like super complex, and it could be very age, related to where, like you could be asking like the kindergarten kids, like, okay, you have, I want you to get 3 friends. Okay. Now you 3 friends want to get an apple per person. How many apples is that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just simple like things like that you're like, okay, that's basic algebra.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I've got 3 friends. Okay, so that's 3, and F is your variable for friends. Okay, so how many friends? That's 3. How many apples do I need? Well, that's apples are going to be put in the friends, so that's 3 apples. Okay.
Yeah. When Jamin went to AISU before it closed down, AISU was the charter school that was at the Galleria.
Yep.
Which,
unfortunately, due to like mismanagement of funds and everything else, it closed down.
Yeah, super mismanagement of funds.
It was it wasn't just like
a couple $100.
A couple $100
or
like
$1 million.
Yeah, or even like it was millions.
It was millions of dollars. Well, when we went and talked to them, I was really fascinated with their approach that they wanted to take. Did they take it in the classroom?
Mm-hmm.
I would say no. But what they had a 40-40-20 approach where they did 40 minutes of like, hey, this is a topic. Get online, do some research on your own about it. Okay, so like
you told me about this.
Yeah, so it's let's take Civil War or the Battle of Gettysburg. Very specific. Get online, Google the Battle of Gettysburg, do some research on your own for 40 minutes of the time. Then the next 40 minutes is there's dialogue between the teacher and student about what you just researched. So now you're regurgitating what you just learned to another person.
Right.
And there's discussion back and forth if that's true, false, what really happened, blah, 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 blah. Then the last 20 minutes is group work, where you had like a group assignment that you worked on for the last 20 minutes of class.
Right.
And I was all like, that would be pretty good because it's teaching them how to research on their own. Then it's teaching them to take that research and then having a dialogue with someone else on if it's good or not.
Basic reading comprehension too.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you retain what you just looked up?
Yeah.
And then there was 20 minutes of like interactive group work.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really good. Like, why aren't more schools doing that? Now, did they actually do that in the classrooms? Probably not.
Right.
But it was worth a shot. So,
Well, in certain subjects and stuff like that, that makes total sense.
mm-hmm.
Total sense to do it that way.
Yeah.
You know, like anything historical, anything that you're going to be looking up, like, yeah, what actually happened here?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that type of stuff.
Yeah, you could
would
do
be
that for
great.
like, history, lit,
Even
some
science
some
and stuff,
sciences,
you know, where
math.
it's
It
just like-
probably wouldn't work.
Math would be, see, and this is kind of where like there's certain maths and chemistry and stuff like that and sciences that I look as being hands-on.
Yeah, you definitely need to be
Definitely
hands-on.
hands-on. Like, okay, but again, the hard thing is that I mean, so many times, I would hear people say like, "When are we ever going to use this?" You know, and I just laugh because it's like a lot of those things that people said like, "When are we ever going to use this?" It's like I use this all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and it might just be that within the framing and the mindset that you have, you're not going to think about using that. Why? Because you're a freaking teenage kid, you know, that doesn't have a lot of like life
Worldly experience, yeah.
in like an actual problem solving type of arena.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you know, again, I was like, you know, kind of think of question of the day, with school and everything else that's going on. Have we nerfed everything so much around kids that they are not adequately prepared, trained, and disciplined to the point where when adult life comes that they can sustain themselves?
Yeah, it's getting to that point. But we'll talk about that during the question part.
Yeah, but I could kind of like,
Yeah.
that's going to loop you in. You see what
There
I
you
did? That's
go.
called foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. But we need to
Oh,
move on
spicy.
with the program. Let's move on to our Liam's Facts.
Brought to you by
Brought to you by
my friend, Lando Norris.
Lando Norris. There you go. But moving on to our Liam's Facts. All right, last week's question was, what is the oldest or longest running school in the world? And I believe it's pronounced Shishi High School in China. So there you go.
There you go.
If you ever need to be like, hey, fun fact for you.
Fun fact of the day.
It's like that guy on Instagram or social media, that Justin Dangerly. Hey,
No.
did you know?
Yeah, yes.
That guy's, I like that guy. He's funny. So, but this question is very interesting. Okay. What was sold in the 1830s as medicine to cure indigestion? So this product, which everybody probably uses on a daily basis, it's food-based. What was originally sold in the 1880s as medicine to cure indigestion? Yes.
I don't know, but there's something that they sell today that I think cures happiness. You know,
No, it cures sadness.
Oh, there you go. Cure sadness. Brings
happiness.
Just
Cures
saying.
sadness.
I don't. Many things out there bring happiness. You know.
Yes. And some people would say this substance brings happiness.
Brings happiness.
I know people that use it an absurdly large amount. And hey, whatever, to each their own. But it's not that. It's not that. So if you didn't get that reference, good for you.
Good for you. Good for you.
I love
Don't
your
get that reference.
innocence.
Good for
Yeah.
you.
But leave your answer in the comments down below or email us at TruTalk Tuesdays gmail.com, and we'll see if you're right. But moving on to a word from our sponsor.
Yeah. TruMotion in motion, let's go. Gear up, stand tall, feel the flow. Kicking it strong with the best of the best. Streetwear fresh, put your style to the test. Karate vibes, yeah, we bring that heat. From tees to hoodies, keep it sharp, keep it sleek. T-shirt or hoodie, we got both. Subs for the grind, focus on growth. Stickers and swag, let the world know you rep style. Now let's go. TruMotion merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Reppin' that swag, flex it, wear it proud. Support TruTalks and wear it loud. Discipline, power, the heart of the fight. Your fit's gotta match your unstoppable might. Tigers and dragons, bold on the sleeve. Step in the dojo, they know you don't leave. Oh, step up, don't wait. Rock that fit, let's elevate. TruMotion merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Rocking that drip, yeah, you own the crowd. Support TruTalks and wear it loud. Yeah, we reppin' strong, no fear, no doubt. TruMotion merch shop is what it's all about.
Thank you, sponsor. Make sure you go on, or grab some stuff. Also, if you have not
comment,
checked
and
out,
subscribe.
like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. Also, if you haven't checked out Maya's page to get your stuff sorted, make sure you check her out. And also our unofficial sponsor of the program.
Unofficial sponsor of the program. Friend, we'll just call them a friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Because they're always with us, every show.
Always with us, you
Yeah.
know. Lando Norris, you know, having a great year this year.
Yeah,
It's all
I
good
have no
times.
idea. But moving on to our very special top 5. All right, like we talked about in the preview, Tony made a list of his top movies from the year he graduated high school, and I did the same. Now, we're not going to tell each other what year we graduated because we did not graduate in the same year.
I'm
Let's see.
ridiculously younger.
Let's see if you can, again, put in the comments what year you think he graduated, what you think I graduated, and then off camera, we're going to see if we can guess which years we both graduated. To be honest with you, when I started making this list of the movies of the year that I graduated, I was like, how did I get anything done?
Dude.
Because there were so many good movies
Bangers.
that
Like-
came out that year. I'm like, did I not just live in the movie theater?
Oh, 100%.
Like, I have like 20 honorable mentions.
Yeah. I had to stop.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm just going to do 5 and 5.
No, there's
You
no
know.
way I could have stopped. But what do you got?
Okay, so I'm going to hit honorable mentions first.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just have to say one word from this, and you'll be able to recognize the movie.
Okay.
Okay. Multipass.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Multipass.
Yeah.
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element.
Multipass.
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 Okay. If you didn't grow up having like a crush on Mila Jovovich, like,
Yeah, especially from the Fifth Element.
oh my hell,
Yeah.
the freaking little strappy thing that she wore. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea what it was for.
Good
but
time. Who knows? Like,
Yeah.
whatever. It was just something to be like, she's hot. Let's put her in something that's not going to make it rated R, but yet still freaking hot.
Yeah.
You know? Like, all right, okay, cool. The Devil's Advocate.
Okay. With
Okay.
Keanu.
Yeah. With Keanu and, you know, good old, oh no, I'm going to forget his name.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. You know,
Yeah.
dude, that was so good. Charlize Theron was in it.
Yep,
and-
she
Man, it
was.
was so good. Of course, my man, Michael J. White.
Michael J. White.
Spawn.
Spawn. That was underrated. The CGI was very poor,
Yeah.
but It was a good movie. I like
it was a
Spawn.
great movie, you know. I mean, and
John Leguizamo is chewing up the scenery.
oh, dude, John Leguizamo is just like national treasure. That man.
He's
you
getting
know?
a little crazy, but God, he's
Well, I
funny.
mean, he could be crazy all he wants, but
yeah, he's
dang,
a good.
he's so good.
He's a good actor.
Again, one of my favorite. Again, this is not on my list of this one's because it didn't come out the year I graduated. But John Leguizamo's in it, and it's like kind of a low budget movie. It's Chef with John Favreau.
Oh, did you
Absolutely
ever
love
see The Pest
No,
with John Leguizamo?
no.
That is a great. He's absurdly annoying in it, but it's great.
I'll have to check that one out.
The Pest, yeah, check
Okay.
out The Pest.
And then like the last one that I put like in my honorable mentions, Liar Liar. by Jim
Okay.
Carrey.
Yeah. Did you know that he made a cameo in his own movie?
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
What?
So at the end, he dressed up as Fire Marshal Bill and was in the background.
That's right.
Yep.
He does.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay, so here we go. Top
Okay.
five.
Top 5.
This one here is going to throw everybody off. And I put this one in here as number 5.
Okay.
Okay, Star Wars.
So when it was relaunched, huh?
Star Wars.
Okay.
Yep,
A New Hope.
all of them.
Just okay.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
So okay, because one of them was specifically released that year,
All
wasn't
of them
it?
came out that year.
Really?
All of them came out that year.
Okay. Okay.
My main man, Nicolas Cage.
Con Air.
Con Air.
Oh, Con Air. That was such a good movie.
Oh no, and
The
again,
premise of it
totally dumb.
but I don't care.
But such a, I mean, him and
Yeah.
oh yeah,
John Malkovich,
John-
make a move or the bunny gets it. I just put the bunny back in the box.
so good. Okay, and again, my man Nicolas Cage. So this is like prime Nicolas
Face
Cage.
Off.
Face Off.
That was a great movie.
So good. John Travolta and him. Just
I
like
remember
tearing
I
up
went-
the scenery.
I went and saw that. I think it was Con Air and Face Off, a double feature at the Redwood Drive-In.
Oh yeah,
That was so
dude,
good.
and both of those movies freaking killed it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nicolas Cage. I mean, poor guy. Like I
I think I have an idea of what year you graduate. I'll
Yeah.
tell you in between.
Men in Black.
Okay, that again.
Bangers. Like what?
Dude.
What the heck was I doing? Like
Yeah,
yeah. If you had money, you were going to see movies because
Ye-
these movies absolutely killed it.
yep.
Now my number one, mainly because it didn't make the most money,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I think by way of writing, storyline, everything else, is probably one of the most unsung, movies of that year.
Mm-hmm.
Good Will Hunting. You know.
Hey, launched Ben Affleck and
Dude,
Matt
Ben
Damon.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, they absolutely killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like started their whole, like they were friends and everything else before,
Yep.
but started their whole entire relationship where now like they have their own film and production company and everything else, and they're starting to produce their own stuff in the new world where it's like you've got these streaming services and stuff like that, which they both have come out and said that in today's day and age, Good Will Hunting would not be made,
Yeah.
which is really sad, but
It's
yeah,
true.
so those are mine.
Okay,
The year
so
I graduated.
here are a crap ton of honorable mentions. Okay. A whole, like, I'm not kidding. There's probably 15 to 20.
Okay.
Exit Wounds. Michael Jai White,
Yep.
Steven Seagal.
Yep.
Great movie. DMX.
Oh.
Enemy at the Gate.
Oh, dude. That was
Yes.
a good one.
Behind Enemy Lines with Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Hey, someone's shooting at me. Wow.
Wow.
Atlantis.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, dude. So, like, again, there were so many of those that I was like, oh my gosh,
Yep.
they started this series like this year.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the year I graduate, Scream.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The Mummy Returns. That only makes an honorable mention because of the ending.
Yeah.
Because I love the Mummy franchise with Brendan Fraser.
Oh,
The remake of with him and Rachel Weisz. I had the hugest crush on Rachel Weisz.
Weisz?
Yeah.
Like seriously, like were you even like a man? And
Yeah.
you can look at me and say like I don't have a crush on Rachel Weisz. I'm like
You're a liar.
you lie. Like she's
Yeah.
absolutely adorable.
The Rock
gorgeous.
making his film debut.
The Rock making his
And then they ruin it with CGI at the
awful
end.
CGI.
When that happened, I was like,
awful CGI.
okay, Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider, like Angelina Jolie
she
was
did a
meant
really good job
to play that role.
Yeah.
Scary Movie 2.
Yes.
Scary Movie 2. That's
Run,
such
bitch, run!
my gym. And he's like, I do my bum busters every night. I squeeze him in the tight and I let loose. Quick, grab my strong hand. No. Such a funny movie.
Oh my god.
God, I love that movie. Rat Race.
Oh, I'm running.
I'm running. Or when John Lovitz hits his head on the steering wheel and gets Hitler stash.
At the Nazi rally.
Such a good movie.
You're driving Hitler's car. I'm not sucking on it.
Yep.
I'm not putting it in my mouth.
Yeah. Super Troopers.
Oh, dude. Which is so apropos since they're making the new.
Yes. How High with Method Man and Redman.
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Spy Kids.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Dirt.
Dude, what did we do?
Yeah. Brotherhood of the Wolves. If you've never seen that.
That's a good one.
That's a great.
That's the French one, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. With Mark Tabasco.
Yes.
Yep. Kiss of the Dragon with Jet Li. Now we're getting to the big honorable mentions. Those are like secondary
Those are
ones.
secondaries. Yeah.
Haven't even made it to the list yet.
No.
Okay. Ocean's 11.
Yes.
Training Day.
Oh, that one was so good.
Donnie Darko.
Again, another kid.
Monsters, Inc.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Zoolander.
What is this?
Reading School for
School
Ants.
For ants. It's got to be at least 3 times as big.
Even ridiculously good-looking people can die in freak gasoline fight accidents. Such a good movie. I'm not an ambi-turner. Can only turn right. And when he
steal.
And when he died, or no, he can't turn right, so he turns left all
Always
the way
turns
around.
left. Everywhere he goes, he always turns left.
Yeah. Knight's Tale.
Oh, that yes.
Knight's Tale.
Yes.
Rush Hour 2. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yes.
Now we're into the top 5.
Okay.
The Fast and the Furious.
Oh, hell yeah.
Black Hawk Down.
Yep. Oh, yes.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Okay. Small tangent. Have you listened to the new full cast recordings?
I haven't yet.
Holy crap.
I've listened to the books. Now I feel like I need to listen to the ones where they actually have.
So
like,
Audible just released them this year.
Mm-hmm.
The full cast recordings of all of the books. It is like, again, if you've got a subscription to Audible, use your credits and everything else. If you don't, use the discount that you get with it. 100% worth every freaking dime.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Like, again, to your audience and everything else, if you like Harry Potter, if you have kids or anything else, you're looking for something to like get them off the TV, listen to something and everything else. Grab that, throw it on.
You can't have them listen to The Sandman.
No.
That's
or Red Rising. I mean, that's yeah. I mean, here's the thing. And again, if you want your kids listening to something that's gonna kind of like challenge their imagination, I would dare say anything from Brandon Sanderson would be.
Yeah,
a good way
Braden
to
was
go.
talking about that Thursday in class. I was like, you need to talk to Tony.
Brando Sando, baby.
Okay,
Anyway.
Shrek.
Oh, donkey!
I'm making waffles.
I'm making waffle. I mean, the donkey's got so much riz. It's like, yeah, you know what? You know, that one kid rode dragons. You know, the other gal was mother of dragons, but Donkey was, of dragons.
Yes. Yeah. And the last one, The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh,
So
that's honorable mention?
no, that's
Oh.
on the list.
Oh, that's on the list.
So those last
Okay,
5
good.
are on the list.
Okay, good. I was like,
Yeah.
dude,
No.
how? Okay.
So the year I graduated high school, holy crap.
Oh, dude. Well,
Now we're talking like January to
January
December.
to December. Yep.
Not like before I graduated high school, but the
year of. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was all like, holy crap. That was a lot of movies.
Well, and that's the thing. There are a lot of. I'm going to put it this way, and again, I think it's going to kind of go to the question of the day a little bit too. Storytelling
Yes.
was far better then than it is now, and I think I think a lot of that boils down to the fact that back then you didn't have like all of these analytics and everything else that were coming in being like, well, we have to create it, we have to make it this way, we have to add this in there, this has to be in the movie, this has to be here so that we can make sure that we touch every single demographic that's out there. It's like no, like this is the story, we're gonna make the story and it's gonna be good. I mean, you've got stuff from like, again, Donnie Darko to Black Hawk Down. Again, just great storytelling throughout the whole entire thing. And so, yeah.
But see if you can guess what years we
Guess the
graduated.
year. Guess
But
the year,
moving
baby.
on to our Ask a Sensei. Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit different than Slang. I'm going to describe a movie plot badly, and we're going to see how well we can decipher said movie.
What those movies are.
Okay. Sisters argue over thermostat settings, causing a town-wide snow day.
So sisters are okay. Yep. I got it.
Okay.
Yep, that is Frozen.
That's Frozen, correct. Okay, guy in high-tech catsuit argues with cousin over family heirloom and nation's Wi-Fi password.
Guy in catsuit argues over what? Say that again.
Argues with cousin over family heirloom and nation's Wi-Fi password.
And the nation's Wi-Fi password.
Yes.
I think it's the catsuit that's tripping me up on that one.
That should be a big clue. It's a superhero.
Oh, is that Black Panther?
It is Black Panther.
Oh.
So, okay. Grumpy guy with white hair reluctantly helps people while trying to enjoy his spa days.
Try to. The guy with white hair. I'd almost say like the Santa Claus or something.
It's not the Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. Grumpy guy with white hair. I was trying to enjoy his spa days.
He's one of your favorite actors.
Henry Cavill?
Yes. What show does he have white hair?
I'm trying to think. Like, is it? No, it's.
He's not in the final season. Or the third.
Oh, so okay. I was thinking just movies. The Witcher.
The Witcher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn, I would like. I mean, being with Yennefer. Yeah, I'd be pissed off if people kept on trying to interrupt me while I was trying to get my freak on with that lady.
Okay. Woman seeks revenge on a former colleague, leaving behind a trail of blood, broken swords, and a catchy theme song. Yep.
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill.
I got that one.
Nuclear scientists get explosive idea, play high-stakes game of boom or peace with mushroom special effects.
Oh, that's Oppenheimer?
That's Oppenheimer.
Or here's the other thing is that also could be The old Matthew Broderick movie, War Games.
Yes, but it is not.
It is not.
It is not. A small man and his gardener take a walk to end a war.
A small man
And his gardener
and his gardener
take a walk to end a war.
take a walk to end a war. Here's the funny thing, like my brain, since I'm stuck, with movies that are around the time I graduated. That's what my brain's at, like older movies. I'm like, Forrest Gump?
No,
it's more like a run.
He went running.
I went running.
I went running. So what do you think?
Oh, that's Lord of the Rings.
Yes, it is Lord of the Rings. Okay, we'll do a couple more. Rich family moves out of the desert while horny son is dreaming about neighbor's daughter.
That is, hold on. Moves out of the desert? Dreams about neighbor's daughter.
You're excited for the sequel?
Dune?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It is Dune.
Yeah. Well, that one should be they move to the desert.
Oh, moves out to the desert.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, moves to the desert. Yeah.
Okay. A man tries to end world hunger, but no one is appreciative.
I'm sorry, but again, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, it's like God Almighty with with
It's not Bruce Almighty.
or sorry, Bruce Almighty.
Yes to all.
Yes to all. I'll just bring the moon just a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Tries to end world hunger, but
No one is appreciative.
no one is appreciative.
It is a superhero movie.
It is a superhero movie?
Yes.
What? Tries to end world hunger.
Centers around a glove.
Oh, Thanos? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's the Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, Infinity Wars.
Or Infinity Wars
Yeah.
or whatever, yeah.
Yes. That's really funny to explain that way. Tries to end world hunger, but nobody's appreciative.
Nobody thanked me for it. Like, I'm sitting here trying to, help you guys out.
Okay, one more. Okay. A film about people who take naps.
Oh, that's Inception.
That is Inception.
That is Inception.
That one was fast. We'll do one more. A film about gamers who log out to life.
Is that, hold on. It's an anime.
No, it's not an anime.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh. So I was thinking Sword Art Online. It's not. Okay, so hold on. Say it again.
A film about gamers who log out to life.
Is that Ready Player One?
No, not Ready Player One. Think you could take the red pill.
Oh,
or the
the
blue pill.
Matrix.
The Matrix.
Okay.
This one's funny, so we have to ask it. Proof that with drugs and a frisbee, you can win a war.
Truth with drugs and a frisbee.
You can win a
You
war.
can win a war. Drugs and a frisbee.
You can win a war.
You can win a war. I'm like, okay, well, they're like, it's not Captain America.
It is Captain America.
Oh, it is Captain America? Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
drugs and a frisbee.
Yep, drugs and a frisbee.
Yep.
It is Captain
That's
America,
Captain America.
the first Avenger.
Yep.
So those are great. So if you've never seen those like film plots explained badly,
Right.
hilarious. Like for instance, psychological documentary about Stockholm syndrome that actually works.
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. But moving on to our next question. All right, what's our next question?
No, so like again, kind of like going back to what we were talking about earlier. And again, I think this goes also like it ties into everything that we've like been talking about today, especially even with like the movies and have we gotten to the point where we've nerfed everything so much that again people don't have the skill set to make decisions to be able to be functioning out in society on their own? Or is it, and I always kind of think about this, is it just because I'm now getting older and I'm starting to get to that like old man syndrome where you sit on their porch and say, get off my lawn and everything else, like everything was harder in my day and blah, 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 which I kind of hate to say. When I was growing up, the older people would be like, it was harder in my day. It's like, shut up. Like, we basically had the same life.
No,
it's like,
we actually talked about this the other day, like Tyler and I. Every generation always thinks the future generation is worthless and stupid, if you really look at it.
kind of.
Because let's take my grandpa's or the greatest generation, World War II, all that stuff. Well, they probably thought the next generation was just a bunch of yuppie, worthless hippies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then those yuppie, worthless hippies are probably thinking the next generation are just a bunch of greedy capitalists, like nutsoids.
Right.
And then it just goes on and on and on through society. And I think the truth of the matter is that every generation's faced with different unique problems
I agree.
that the previous generation doesn't necessarily understand or had to quote unquote deal with.
Right.
They had to deal with different problems. That's why, like previous generations, like we'll take our grandparents and, to a certain extent, like our dads, like, dang, like you could get together like a group of dads and they could build anything.
100%.
Or grandpas, or, if you had a question, grandpa knew the answer.
Yeah.
And
You
now
need the brakes changed. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, exactly. So they were very mechanical in nature, and because they kind of had to be because they didn't have the money to pay somebody else to do it. Now we're the exact opposite, where everybody has an abundance of everything and they don't want to do it.
Do you think it's that, or do you think it's also because I kind of look at things back in the day where they were built so that they could be repaired?
A little bit of that too.
And I mean, now, like, I hate to say this, let's go back to, like our dad's grown up, right?
Mm-hmm.
My dad was big into cars and everything else. And
Yeah, you could work on a car yourself.
oh yeah.
Like you had room in the engine bay. It was, in terms of like mechanics, it wasn't overly complicated.
Yeah.
But like, if you don't know what you're doing, it can be overly complicated, but you didn't need computers. You
Nope.
didn't have all these sensors. Like you look at an engine bay of cars in the, I would say 80s or lower.
You look at the 1969 Dodge Challenger.
Oh, you could
Even
stand
with
in it.
Oh, dude, yeah. Even with the shaker,
Mm-hmm.
the shaker filter, everything else up there, all that. You could put a supercharger on the stupid thing, and you could still sit on the wheel well.
Yep.
In the engine bay.
Yep. And you could see everything.
Yep. Yeah.
Like now, it's to get to anything, you have to take this out and then this out and then this out. And it is so complicated. You open the hood of a car nowadays, You're like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. I'm assuming it's an engine.
Right. And it's all covered in plastic and everything else. So and that's kind of where I kind of look at it. And I'm like, I don't necessarily think that it's because we have an abundance of stuff that people just pay for, repairs and stuff like that. I think that it's also the fact that no, corporations have, or I shouldn't say corporations, people who are making things to either A, be disposable, or B, be so complicated that you feel like you cannot work on it yourself, and you have to then bring it in to me, who's the specialist, and I'm the one who has to work on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at it like when we were growing up, I mean, how many businesses were repair shops?
Yeah.
Like you had TV repair shops.
Yeah.
You had vacuum repair shops.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy because at headquarters, there's a small little business in the, the bottom corner. It is a sewing machine repair shop.
Yeah.
And people still bring him stuff. But yeah, no, there's that, definitely that aspect of like people making the products have understood that they can make more money by making things cheaper and more disposable, as opposed to a little bit more, but you only need to buy one.
Well, and again, you think about it by way of, if I, let's say just the sewing machine business, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this isn't the case in sewing machine businesses, so don't yell at me. But I'm going to make a sewing machine. It's going to be an inexpensive sewing machine so that when it fails, he'll just going to go out and buy another sewing machine because it's going to cost more than it would be to get the new model than it would be to actually repair the sewing machine.
Yes.
And a lot of companies build their whole entire brand around that idea.
Yeah.
With sewing machines, that's really not the case. I mean, I really hate to say it, like those things are insane. From anywhere where you can pick one up for a couple $100 to, I do know somebody who has a few of them that are like thousands of dollars.
Yeah. But like, let's take TVs.
Oh yeah. TVs anymore,
Yeah.
It's like, back in the day, you would look at and again, you kind of look at the equivalent of, and I think inflation kind of messes us up just a little bit when you're looking at like, oh yeah, like a TV back in the day was like $400. It's like, yeah, but you got to understand like how much that was in order to like your, like percentage wise, your take home pay, for example.
Yeah. It was almost a quarter,
like, it's like, oh my gosh, like a fourth of someone's paycheck was like a TV.
Yeah.
And it was the size of like, oh man, I got TV that's like 27 inches across. And you're like, and that was huge.
Yeah. I remember my grandparents, my mom's mom and dad, they had a TV that I thought was the biggest TV on the planet. And it was maybe 30 inches.
Yeah.
But it was huge.
It was massively huge. You're just like, oh my gosh, and I think we've kind of moved away from that because we've moved to more of a consumer type based society where the companies know that I'm not going to be making a lot of money unless you're buying a lot of my product.
Yeah. And
so that either means that I have to make a whole bunch of my product and do small upgrade iterations to make you think that you're getting more value for your money. Or I have to make it so that I know it's going to fail in 3 to 5 years and you're going to have to come and buy a new one from me anyway.
Yeah.
And I kind of look at things that way. I'm like, okay, it's, for that type of thing by way of repairs and stuff. But again, still, I do agree that there's like different difficulties that every generation has to overcome. But kids nowadays, like I am really sorry, but there is not a time in human history where information has been so plentiful, where the ability to gather knowledge has been so easy, where we have like literally nerfed everything around them. Like, I can't hate to say playgrounds aren't what they used to be, and I'm not saying that like, oh, they need to be tough. It's like, no, it's like you look at what they are and you're like, okay, like, is that going to help you foster grip strength? Is that going to help you foster coordination? Is that going to help you? Well, the things that you guys had were dangerous when you were a kid. Fair, but what have you done to actually continue to foster those same skill sets and everything else? What are you doing? Like we talked about teaching to the test. Yeah. Are you teaching kids to like actually critically think? Like, think about this. When you were a kid, how did you get a hold of your friends?
Yeah, you
picked up the phone and called somebody.
Yeah.
Or, heaven forbid, walked over to their house.
He went over to their house and knocked on the
door. And said, hi, can Johnny play?
Yeah.
And so, like, I have to go over there. I have to, like, actually communicate with somebody. I have to, talk to an adult. I have to, put myself out there.
I just saw a video the other day, and it was very well said. Where you can get the farmer's market going in.
Oh no, there's like a sprinkler. Hold on a minute. Oh yeah.
A broken sprinkler.
Broken sprinkler head in the bush. Also, like this fountain was going off, and I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Well,
anyway.
they were showing a picture of playgrounds. Speaking of playgrounds,
Right.
Of back in the day, and then like a couple iterations of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that playgrounds nowadays are too safe.
Yes.
Okay. You don't want the kids to be injured, but getting hurt is actually an okay thing.
Yes.
Why? Because it teaches them kind of safety. Be like, oh man, that hurt. I don't want to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
So they already start to develop those critical skills of like, man, I did something dangerous and I got hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I got to be a little bit more careful with that. And then, like you said, like you don't see monkey bars anymore, or big swings. Like I remember the playgrounds growing up as a kid. Well, let's just take Murray Park. Murray Park used to have a hollowed out jet fighter that you could crawl in, walk on, get in, and it was metal, and you would get in that sucker in summer.
It would be hot as hell.
And basically burn the hell out of your legs.
Yeah.
But it was crawling on with kids like ants on a donut.
Yeah.
So it's like there is a slight, I do believe that things are too safe, and that's our fault as parents.
Well, not only that, but it's like, and again, I kind of bring that up to, I do blame parents.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, in all of their love and devotion and everything else and wanting to do what's right for their kid, they are doing them such a massive disservice because they're starting to do everything for their child.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, because they
Let
don't
them
want
make a decision.
Yeah, they don't want them to go through that heartache and pain.
Right.
And so whatever, all the things that you quote unquote went through as a kid.
Well,
and it's like,
and
that is what made you who you are.
Exactly. And it's like a simple decision to and I hate to, bring this out, but whatever. But yeah, like someone like calls up their mom, like, well, what do I do for lunch today? It's like, well, what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Like my response is, it's like, well, what do I do for lunch? And it's like, I don't know. What's going on? Like, where are you at?
Yeah.
Are you with friends? Well, no, I'm just kind of like in the lunchroom. Okay, so you don't have a way to get to somewhere else to go get something? Well, no. Okay, cool. Like, well, what's for lunch today?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like, it's like, you need to figure this out for yourself. There is nothing where I'm at that I can do that is going to help you.
Yeah.
But here's the thing is that so many parents today are like, oh no, like, oh, well, let me figure this out for you. Let me help you.
I'll just DoorDash you stuff.
I'll send you some DoorDash. It's like, shut up, put your freaking phone down and let the child figure this out.
Yeah.
They're not going to die, and they're not going to be so damaged psychologically that they're not going to be able to figure this out. They need to actually go through this and make those bumps and bruises in an area that is not going to destroy them later on.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm talking about by way of like, we've nerfed everything so bad that these kids that are growing up today, the parents that actually have taught their kids that way, it's going to be a class war like we've never seen before, because the kids that are like, like I can make decisions. I know how to do this. I know how to go out and do things. My parents have taught me to be independent, versus the kids that haven't are going to have like a 20-year like head start.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why is Jimmy over here, like homeless when Billy on the other side of town is making all the money? It's like, well, Billy's parents taught him how to make decisions and everything else when, the other kid just didn't.
Yeah, that's very true. So the moral of the story is let your kids fail young.
Yeah, and it's...
No, and I see that here too, where I'll have some parents, when the kid cries when they lose, they try to like comfort them and make it. And I'm like, he's fine. Why is he
Leave
crying?
him alone.
He lost. He's fine.
He's fine.
He's not hurt.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Yeah. They're going to be... Jeez. I blame... I don't blame the kids, but I blame their parents. And I
You blame the kids until they're 18, and then at that point, it's their responsibility to forge the life that they want.
Right. After you're like, okay.
But as kids, like high school and younger, they really don't have the ability to forge the life that they want yet.
No.
And yeah, it's parents allowing the kids to make mistakes.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with making a mistake, especially when there's something that you can learn from it. So, but moving on to our next question. All right, it's kind of still learning, teaching themed, I guess you could say, but like, what's some things that you wish you learned when you were still in school?
Oh, okay. There's one thing that I do kick myself in the butt, even to this day. I think learning how to study, learning how to like get my homework done, to be disciplined in that type of stuff is something that is learned when you're young.
Yeah, very much so.
And that was one thing that I wasn't really ever good at. Again, I'm not even going to blame my parents on this, because my parents were from a generation where, they believed that the teachers had, were doing everything that they could and were doing their best. And it was funny because when my sister started dealing with problems, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I had to deal with. They were like shocked and amazed. I'm like, why didn't you tell us? I'm like, because you wouldn't have done anything. Like, whatever. But anyway, I think that I really wish that I had gotten that like self-discipline aspect down. That I had built that skill set up better than I have it now as a young child. Because again, kind of like the same thing. It's, you look at adults, and I'm not going to say adults can't learn how to play a new instrument. You can, 100%. But if I take an adult and a child at the same time and put them down, the child will learn faster and will I'm not even going to say outwork, but out-absorb the material and everything else than the adult will 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
And whether that's because the adult's still having to do adult things and, you're not able just to sit there and absorb the information that you're working on, or the plasticity of your brain and everything else is less when you're older, whatever. But it's one of those things that if you learn something early enough when you're a child, then when you're an adult, like, you're just going to keep building upon it. And that's one thing even to this day that I kick myself in the butt. Like, I look at my son Landon and, tip my hat to him because he, can sit down, focus in on whatever assignment he's working on and get the work done, even though he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure, like, if he had a choice of, like, playing video games or, like, doing homework, oh, dude, play video games all day long, But he's just like, no, I just got to get my homework done, and this is what's required. I've got to study for this test because I've got to get an A type of thing. And it's something that he does for himself, not for me. But
yeah.
But yeah, so like that's kind of where, that's one of the things that I do wish that I would have learned earlier on.
Yeah, no, I think and that goes back to like, you can't like quantify that with a test. Because you can study all you want, and then all of a sudden the test comes, and then it's just like, bleh.
Yep.
Like, I don't know how many times I've done that where like you study your ass off typically the day before. That's the problem.
Right.
And then all of a sudden the test comes and you answer the first couple right. And then it's like when you watch people do forms and they forget one part of the form, and then everything after that part is gone, completely gone. And then you give them that one part again, then everything comes back. And it's kind of like that scenario where you're filling out a test, and then all of a sudden the next thing you know, you're like, I can't remember anything else. Like, why can't I remember anything else?
Or you start second guessing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like teaching like study skills or teaching that discipline of doing something. And I think what happens is kids are so tired of like 3 hours of homework a night that they don't want to do it anymore. But if they're like, hey, you have to read 10 pages.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Just 10 pages every day for your homework.
Yeah.
That is something that you can build upon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all of a sudden they're like, 10 pages is easy. Like, all right, now you can read 20.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're just reading for fun. And then that reading turns into information. And then that information turns into skills. So that's one thing that I'm really kind of slightly nervous about with this newer generation of students is the ability to read.
Oh, yeah. They don't have it.
And I get it because, again, like I have dyslexia and a reading and writing disability. So reading is honestly exhausting for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like physical reading, I read 2 books every morning and I just read a page.
Yeah.
Okay. One of them's like a devotional. One of them's just like a daily, like kind of like, hey, work on this sort of thing today. And if I had to read more than that, I would not retain or absorb anything.
Right.
Like, I'm not kidding. If I grabbed a book, wide awake, not tired, and I started reading, I would fall asleep because it wears me out that fast.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I get how reading can be difficult, but if you just are like, hey, you got to read 2 to 3 pages a day, and it's a skill that will develop and you will get better, then the possibilities are endless. Mm-hmm. Not just for like recreation, but like, where's all the information? It's either in books or it's on a screen.
Right.
But you still have to read it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that, and then kind of like what we talked about just in the last question is not punishing kids for failure.
Right.
Because then they'll become scared to try. Okay, so it's like, oh, you failed. Yeah, nice try. Stand up, try it again. Not disciplining them with a failure. Now, if they misbehave, okay,
That's different.
That's different.
I think that's different. That's not failure. That's
But, well, it's a failure to listen.
yeah.
So in their minds, they failed. Their failure is going to be the same thing as a discipline failure.
Yeah.
So letting kids fail and letting kids lose.
Yes.
Let them lose. It is okay to lose. Do you want to try to win? Absolutely. Of course. You play like Herm Edwards. You play to win the game.
Yeah.
But you're not going to win every game.
No.
I don't care how good you are. Okay. Losing is a very, very important part of growing.
Right.
Okay. If anybody's successful, you meet anybody successful, losing is a part of success.
Yeah.
Okay. I just saw a breakdown. They said Frank Sinatra had like 12,000 songs or something that he wrote. Only like 100 of them were hits.
Yeah.
It was like 7%. Babe Ruth had like 8,000 at bats, and he only had like 700 something home runs.
Only. Yeah.
It was
But
like
still.
5. Then it got to Picasso. Picasso created over 150,000 pieces of art.
Yep.
1,200 were like quote unquote successful.
Yeah.
That's a 0.01%. Like success is built on failure.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way to tell you that. So
Well, and it's kind of going off of failure. So I was talking with an old student of mine, Samir, about education, about electrical engineering, whatever, because he's an electrical engineer, and the differences in schools and stuff like that. And he said one of the differences is because he's got his bachelor's degree in Germany, and then came here to the States and got a master's and stuff here, and did great. But one of his professors, they had to build these electrical components, and they were just given like a list of instructions, and this is what it is.
build it, turn it on, and it's what we call the gray smoke. That if you turn it on and there's a puff of gray smoke, generally means that something's fried and it's totally done.
Mm-hmm.
Professors didn't care. Like, you weren't graded on whether or not the component that you were building and putting together actually worked. If it worked, great. Your report that you're going to write at the end is going to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
If it failed, great. I don't care. Your report is going to be the same. So you would actually write down, like, if your like component, whatever it was, failed, you would then have to figure out why did it fail,
Mm-hmm.
and then explain why it failed. You weren't graded on the fact that your component worked or not. I need you to understand why.
Yeah.
You know, it's
exactly.
like, oh, okay, so like it doesn't matter if I put this together and it doesn't work. I don't give a crap.
No.
You need to understand why it didn't work,
Yeah.
or why it did work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why did this circuit work the way that it did? Why
Yeah.
didn't it work? And I was like, wow, that's like a totally different mentality than what we do here in our scholastic system.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of like, especially here at the studio. You know, you look at a kid who's repeatedly getting punched in the face. It's like, what's going on? Keep getting punched in the face. Oh,
Well, let's figure it out.
You got to figure this out,
Yeah.
right? I don't want to get punched in the face anymore. Where are your hands? By my side. Are they supposed to be? I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's
Exactly.
that type of stuff that you're just like, buddy, like, get your hands up. You know,
And if you get punched in the face enough, you'll figure it
you'll
out.
figure it out
Some people, it just takes a little bit longer to figure
Yeah.
out, but everybody figures it out eventually,
eventually.
unless they get the answer given to them.
Right.
That's like when I teach sparring class, it's like I try not to give absolutes.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, here's some stuff. Now, you do your thing.
Because only a Sith deals in absolutes.
That's right. But moving
I
on.
absolutely don't give absolutes.
There you go. Moving on to our last question. All right, what do we got for our last question?
So, okay. We were talking about movies, everything else, and again, bad CG, blah, 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 blah. And I was thinking about the older movies and stuff, and I was like, oh, man. And then it really, because I've been on this kick lately, you know, where I'm watching like some of these older movies and stuff like that, and some of the CGI like still stands up, and I'm like, dude, these shows are like 20, 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look at stuff today, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on? You know, like one of the best examples that I use for this is Transformers. You know, the Michael Bay, Shia LaBeouf Transformers. You watch that today, no joke, you could put that up today against any show on the big screen.
Yeah.
And it would stand toe to toe, shot for shot, by way of CG.
Yeah, I remember when that movie came out, we were in Riverton with Dave.
Yeah.
I remember like going up to him like, dude, did you see the new Transformers?
I know. Dude, Dave, so what? I don't know what that garbage is.
I don't know, Transformer. And we're like geeking out in the back. We're like, that movie is so freaking cool.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah. That was a good movie. It's kind of true. It's funny. Anytime I go to CGI, I always go back to the original Mortal Kombat. And that was some bad CGI.
That was bad.
I remember when it came out, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And now you look at it and you're like, this is terrible.
It's awful.
But everything else about it was great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, you just kind of like, I hate to say that like CGI like peaked in the early 2000s.
Some
You
of
know,
it's pretty
2000s,
good.
2010s, and you're just like, okay, cool. And then you've got a lot of stuff where either like something's going on.
Yeah.
Because here's the sad thing is that I know that, I mean, when did Transformers come out?
It's at 06,
Yeah,
07.
so we're talking like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, cool. So you're going to tell me that computer graphics, that the processors, memory, speed, and everything
Yeah.
else, the programs that they use in order to create that stuff has not progressed.
07, by the way.
07. Okay. Has not progressed in 19 years
Yeah.
to get to the point where you're giving us stuff that is absolutely amazing. You know,
And again, some
Yeah.
people be like, well, yeah, have you like seen Avatar? And I'm like,
Yeah, don't get me started on Avatar.
I mean, by way of like the movie storyline and everything else, it's lame as hell. But
I'm not a big
it's
Avatar
basically
fan.
just like a 3D animated movie, honestly. You know, but maybe that's what people are like. Maybe that's what people want.
Mhm.
You know, because we've been so, you know, kind of conditioned to watching things on your phone.
Yeah. No, and I like, let's take Lord of the Rings, you know.
Yeah.
They had a great blend of special effects and practical effects.
Yes. Yes.
Where they used the forced perspective to make people look smaller and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you try to explain that to people now and they're like, what's forced perspective? And
Yeah.
it's like they're virtually the same size, but on screen
They look
the same. It's because one was sitting further back from the camera, one was sitting closer to the camera.
Yep.
It's like, that's all it is. And like John Rhys Davies, who played Gimli, was like 6 feet tall. He was one of the tallest actors on the set.
Yeah.
And he played a dwarf.
And they made it work.
Yeah. Now, granted, like when they did the wide shots, they actually had a stunt performer that was like 4'11" and
Right.
actually a lot shorter. But yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't know what it is.
You know, and it's kind of interesting when you have directors, you know, like Christopher Nolan in The Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
He pushed for so much practical effects in that entire movie.
Yeah.
To where even the actors are like, how in the hell is this going to work? And then they went and watched it. They're like, oh yeah, that's how it works. You know? You know, like it's, but again, I sit there and I'm like, I always, anytime I watch the, you know, Transformers, I just kind of sit there and I'm like, this was the best that ever was, you know, like by way of seamlessly moving into, you know, like a world where you're just like, yeah, like that's totally believable. Like I can see how everything's moving on that. That's totally works, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
That would be like one of my questions. Like if I ever sat down and like, you know, talked to like Zack Snyder or anybody and just been like, okay, explain to me this.
Yeah.
What's happening in like the CGI world that you can look back on something like this and then you come into today and you're just like, okay, like that's bad. Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, I don't know what it is, but they need to figure it out. Cause we went and saw Spider-Man last weekend. It was good.
yeah.
Have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
The best part of the whole movie is the Punisher, in my opinion.
Dude, I love John Berthal.
He's great in that movie. We're going to go see The End of Oak Street today.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm interested to see how that, speaking of CGIs.
With Ewan McGregor and
Anne Hathaway. It's another dinosaur movie. I've heard it's better than the Jurassic Parks, which the recent Jurassic Parks have been.
These have been kind of hot garbage.
Yeah, the newest one.
Dude, that was awful.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan.
No.
But anyway, CGI, get your act together. But let's move on to our fight scene.
Yeah.
Okay, this fight scene was brought to you by Ben. Ben's one of our students here. In fact, the guy that came in when we were recording, remember that one morning? Yeah, his son Ben. He's
he signed up. Oh,
he's
that's
training.
Awesome.
Ben is on the spectrum, but he was doing a lesson on Thursday, and I was like, "Hey, dude, if you could have a hypothetical fight scene with any characters, who would you pick?" And he's like, "Do you know Warhammer?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Well," and then he starts him on about that. Then he came up with a great one.
Okay.
We have Daredevil
Okay.
versus Toph. They're both blind. And I was all like, that is really good. All right. That's a good matchup.
Yeah, I tip my hat.
Yeah.
That's
I was all
one.
like, because he even brought up the fact that they're both sight impaired. And
yeah. Both sight impaired. They both use their senses in order
Yep.
to, you know.
So, all right. We got Daredevil versus Toph. For those of you guys that do not know Toph, shame on you. She's an earthbender from the world of
Dude, if you don't
Avatar:
know who
The
Toph
Last
is,
Airbender.
Like, go away.
Yeah.
Like I will like you're not
Toph
a friend
is
of the
a
program.
great character.
She's awesome.
But we're going in Hell's Kitchen, Daredevil,
Hell's Kitchen with Daredevil
and Toph.
And Toph. That's so hard because, I mean, in Hell's Kitchen, there's so many buildings and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
that are all brick and everything else, and she could just throw a building at them.
Yeah.
You know, the thing I will give it to Daredevil only on this one fact alone, that in actual hand-to-hand combat,
Oh, he's
he's gonna just dominate.
so I feel like he'll be like bouncing from building to building, and he'll throw one of his batons at her, and she can't
And
see
she
it
can't see it.
because it's not creating any vibrations on the ground,
Right.
and it'll crack her in the head. He'll get close enough to her, and then that's how
And
he
then it's
beats her. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got Daredevil winning round 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so now round 2, obviously in the Avatar world.
Oh man, and this one I think she dominates him.
Oh,
Hard.
yeah, absolutely.
Hard.
It's funny because as we were talking about it yesterday in the teens and adult class, and one of the adults kept referencing a great episode where they first meet Toph, and she's fighting the boulder.
The boulder says.
The boulder is conflicted about fighting a little girl, and then she makes fun of him.
So
He's like,
funny.
the boulder is less conflicted.
Less conflicted.
And I just laughed because it was such a great episode.
Dude, that was so good.
I got Toph just ruining Daredevil.
just absolutely dominating.
Yeah.
You know.
So, okay, we got 1-1. Now they're in a cage.
Okay, so like we're talking about like the bending fights of Ba Sing Se, you know.
Yeah, we'll go that route.
And so yeah. I even in a cage. Now hold on. Are we allowing Toph to have her bending abilities?
Sure.
So she can still throw
Boulders
and rock and everything and do that.
And we'll allow Daredevil as batons.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Daredevil.
Are you?
I am. Because he'll just have to jump, then throw it. Again, kind of like how he beat her in Hell's Kitchen.
Right.
But if he tries to like stay on the ground, it's over.
Yeah. If he stays on the ground, he's not winning.
No.
Especially especially for those of you who know the lore of the Earthbenders and stuff like that. She could just
And she can metal bend and
pile up the rocks and everything else around him. She can metal bend. I mean, in all reality, she could metal bend metal around her.
Yeah.
As like in a protective armored suit, like she tells Twinkle Toes to do.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. I'll go. I will agree with you on the fact that if you can get Daredevil in the air,
yeah,
she
done.
doesn't have a prayer.
No, but if she can keep him on the ground,
because that's the difference between her and him.
Yeah,
is that she sees everything through the vibrations of her feet.
He'll see everything,
and
just
he can
through,
see everything else through echolocation.
Yeah,
which is a different skill set.
Yep.
So if he can get himself so he's not in contact with the ground,
yeah,
she's done.
Yep. So that's where I've got Toph winning 2-1.
Yeah,
so.
I can see that.
But all right, moving on to our joke of the week. All right, here's a good one. Why don't chickens wear underwear?
Why?
Because they're peckers on their face.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, that's awful. I love it. Okay. So hold on. Little girl asks her dad, "What's upstairs?" He looks at her, he says, "Unfortunately, the stairs don't talk."
Okay.
There you go. There it is.
I was like, what's upstairs? That's like, have you seen the dog bowl? I didn't know he could do that.
No, he could do that.
No.
Do you have any books on turtles? Hardback? Yeah. With little heads?
With little heads, yeah. Or what kind of pants do ghost hunters wear?
What kind?
Just paranormal jeans.
Just paranormal jeans.
There you go.
My wife is going into labor. What should I do? Is this her first child? No, this is her husband.
Yeah, that's a good one. Or did you know that NASA's sending up a satellite to space to make contact with the aliens?
Yeah.
They're calling it Apollo G.
Guy walks up with the can, hands it to the gal at the cash register. He says, "Is this good for wasps?" She says, "No, it kills them."
That's a good one too.
How can you tell the gender of an ant?
How?
First, you throw it in water. If it sinks, it's a girl ant. But if it floats,
it's a boy ant.
there you go.
All right, moving on to our shout outs. Anybody like to shout out?
So, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to shout out to, of course, the teachers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know we did that
Shout out
last
to
week.
teachers.
But also I'm going to shout out to Brett and Brandon Stewart, the two co-founders of Millennial Choirs and
your
Orchestra.
Choir. Yeah.
We had, again, it was this concert was basically volunteer based, where it was just like, hey, this came up. Anybody who wants to come, please sign up for it. So we had people sign up who were from Idaho, here in Utah, California. We had some people from Texas.
Oh, nice.
Show up to be in the choir.
That's cool.
And we had big, massive, like we had all of the choir members that were up on there, and it was only a fifth of the total number of choir members that were there. I mean, it was amazing. I'll show you pictures afterwards. But yeah, we had 2 concerts. Each concert night, we were over 4,000 people that we had concerts with, that we performed for.
Yeah.
Big, massive crowd. And it was awesome. And, it's
shout out choir people.
Shout out to them. I mean, they've got 7 locations throughout the Western U.S. It is the largest choir and orchestra organization in the world.
There you go.
So,
but moving on to our final thoughts. The only one I got is go out and fail.
Yeah. I mean, no matter how many times you try, you'll never know. And you just got to keep trying over and over again.
Yeah.
And hopefully,
eventually
something will happen.
Something will happen, and it'll just be phenomenal.
And then they'll just be like, you know what? Hey,
God, that's so good.
Maybe we should put something together.
Yeah.
And I mean,
could make a TruMotion monster.
I mean, that is a tasty beverage.
That is a tasty beverage. But thanks for joining us this week, you guys. We'll keep trying, and we'll keep trying, and we'll keep trying. But go out there, fail, stand up, try again, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys next week.